know how I did a ton of fiberglass work over the past couple episodes? Well, I decided this past week that I hate the fiberglass roof. It just, I hate working with fiberglass in general. Fiberglass is the worst thing on the entire planet, and if you have the option to not work with fiberglass, you are better off not. One thing I do really like a lot though is the side body panels we made out of the dog kennels. So I decided to completely scrap the fiberglass roof and remake it out of stainless steel sheet metal. In order to make it out of stainless steel sheet metal, we need to cut up another dog kennel.
Okay, hi, my name is and I was just surfing on the internet like I do, and I happened across your video, and so I watched it, and you were talking about me.
I really like how this came out quite a bit. In order to make it all work, I had to cut it into two sections, weld it together in some places, and rivet it together in other places. I also painted all the other body panels with primer to get them ready for paint. Any guesses on what color I'm gonna be painting the race car? It's really cool. After painting all of the body panels, I decided that I hate the front bumper. The front bumper is made with fiberglass and it needs a ton more sanding, and I would rather completely remake it than do any more fiberglass sanding. I can't stand it. I'm done with fiberglass for the next like 10 years. I have to cut up another dog kennel to make the fiberglass for the front bumper. You guys will see that in the next episode. We're going to take a little bit of a detour from the race car for a couple minutes because we got something really cool into the shop. I got an opportunity to get these really beautiful cabinets and shelves, so let's pause everything we're working on and completely redesign the entire new shop.
Kind of funny when someone's like,
check it out. The new shop is coming along nicely. Now, there's still a ton of work I need to do. Bear with me, I'm still unpacking. We have these awesome new cabinets down the bottom. We have another cabinet there, another cabinet there, and this cabinet's sick because it creates a nice long workbench, which is so helpful. I have all my drill stuff in this one. I brought over some of my sockets. I have my spare nuts and bolts to build anything on earth. Setting up a shop is such a difficult process because you have to work in it a little bit to figure out where you want things. And then I finally brought over some more of my tools from the other shop, which is so helpful, actually being able to have wrenches and the things I need to do my job, which is so helpful. I put together this little welding cart. So I have my angle grinder and consumables up the top. I have my two welders right here. I have welding rod, I have my plasma cutter, air tools, and it's all on this like movable dolly thing so I can pull it where I need it to be. I got engine storage down here for the next two project vehicles. This is the next Dune buggy I'm building, and that's going in the MG, but it's ready to go. And then each one of these cabinets has parts for each build. So this is the MG cabinet, this is the race car cabinet, and then that is the buggy cabinet right there. So pumped. Then we have a bunch of storage over here I'm working through, and spare parts and stuff like that. And over here we have our paint, spray paint and different soldering things, all my soldering equipment down there, and it's so nice, dude. Everything's coming together so nicely. I also have one of my PCs out here now, so I can do 3D rendering right here in the shop, so I can just take measurements, instantly put them into CAD, and then be able to either print them or when I get my plasma table, cut them out. So I have nitrous on the race car now. So we have 2 nitrous canisters mounted on either side of the cage, one right here, one right there. And then they get ported into the thrash chargers and right into the airbox. So it comes down, which the thrash chargers are now on their own independent switch on the switchboard because the clutch in here is so aggressive and uncomfortable. It is really hard to take off from a stop in this. And the thrash chargers were not helping. So I put them on a switch so that I can turn them off if I'm just, you know, going around a parking lot or something, and then flick them on when I need the extra power. I also built this wiring harness. Got all of our wires relatively neatly. I'm gonna be making a ton more changes to all the wiring in here, so it's just kind of temporary, but good enough for now. I also put the fan on its own designated switch. So if I turn on our switch panel, the fan is on, and then and the fan comes off. Isn't that awesome? And then this switch panel runs independently from the ECU. So if I turn this runs the ECU and headlights and other engine related things. But I can run this switch panel independently. So the thrash chargers, the head unit, the fans, a bunch of other stuff can run independently on its own circuit from the engine. So the new roof is done, and I like this so much better than the fiberglass roof. It's made out of the sheet metal from the dog kennels, and it's riveted together, and it's just so much better. I primed it, I primed all the body panels, and it's really good. Here's the new hood scoop. I made it out of sheet metal, and it's a lot better than how it was before with just the like button hood pins. I like this so much better, and it is cut out on the back, so it is a functional hood scoop. Don't worry, no poser scoops here, so you can reach underneath. I still gotta fix some of this cracking that's happening. Also, this fell off of the car and cracked itself all in the front, which is extremely upsetting because I am so tired of working with fiberglass. I might just fill this with some glue or something and just paint it and run it. I'm out of patience for fiberglass. So I want to make a third brake light. A couple videos ago I picked up a DOT lighting kit. I didn't like the taillights that came with it. It doesn't really fit the build, so I used my own taillights, but I can't really get the like brake pressure plate to really work with them very well. So I'm going to hack the system and make a third brake light. So I took apart the lights that came with it, and I'm going to cut up the shroud so it's only this backing piece, and then we'll mount it somewhere kind of in the center like a Formula 1 car. Not too shabby. Hopefully that clip recorded. If it didn't, I just made my own third brake light. Hopefully it recorded. There's gonna be a license plate that goes right here. So I don't wanna cover where the license plate's gonna go. Up there is really cool, but I don't wanna drill into my spoiler. It is really cool though. Man, I'm kinda into that. That's kinda sick.
I've checked a lot on the internet, people. I think like a lot of people when they're trying to talk about me, and I never heard anyone say, wow, she clearly must like be really into this. This clearly must be like a big fetish for her. Never saw anything like that, so I don't know what you're talking about. Please calm down. Please calm down. This is a transcript. This is not personally attacking police.
I'm not gonna be ready for my race on the 20th because we have developed a problem. This wheel bearing is a big problem. I just did a quick little run around the neighborhood and I hit some pretty serious speeds. And after hitting pretty serious speeds, I developed this sound. Which is not great. That pretty spirited driving run blew up what's left of this really old wheel bearing. So now I have to order parts and I highly doubt this will be ready in time. I hope I'm pleasantly surprised, but I don't think we're making it. This is the worst cotter pin I've ever seen. It's not even like a full cotter pin. It's just a pin. And is this finger tight? Weird. It's like it is and it isn't. Don't have anything bigger than a 21 here at the shop. Heavy duty tools are at the other shop. So because I'm curious, I'm going to very gently do the triple tree trick. If you're unfamiliar, you have a motorcycle triple tree that you need to get off. You can kind of do it like that. And take the brake caliper off to get this assembly out. Now you should slide out. Maybe? Oh, the bearing is bad. Okay, the bearing is bad. That's interesting. There's a grease fitting on there to pump it full of grease. Okay, so Castle Nut was all crazy, but this wheel bearing actually is bad. Okay, here is the chunks of the housing. Yep, that definitely blew up. Gonna break it. Give it the old Wreck-It Ralph. The next episode, we're going to be fixing the wheel bearing issue. We are going to be making a front bumper and doing a bunch of other cool stuff. My passenger seat got here, so we gotta weld together some seat brackets. We got a ton of stuff to do, but it's moving right along. The race car's moving right along. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, hit subscribe, and also check out my website, lightdesignsllc.com, if you'd like to help support the program and support the build. That really helps a lot, and I appreciate you guys. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.